Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the Starting 11 show. Tottenham Hotspur versus Everton. Saturday, 3 o'clock at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Very, very tough game. Obviously, Everton are struggling a little bit with injuries. So, yeah, I mean, it's not. Listen, it's still going to be a lot of the players that have been playing, but there's going to be a little bit of tiredness in there as well, and not a lot of options coming off the bench. But it is what it is. Everyone's dealing with the same things at this time of year. It's always a struggle, and you just have to get through it. Let's go with Jordan Pickford in goal. Of course, he starts in goal. At right back, Nathan Patterson keeps his shirt. There are no other options either by the sounds of it, so he'll continue at right back. And it's just up to him to keep growing and keep getting better. He has a few, he does have moments where he switches off. Sometimes his positional play is not great, but then sometimes his offensive play is really good, and he overlaps and he gets some good balls in the box. So it's up to him to keep developing and keep getting better. At left back, it's the return of Mykolenko. The manager has said, he's in contention, and that's enough for me to put him back in at left back, and hopefully he gets back to the standard he was when he went out a couple of games ago. The centre backs, James Tarkowski and Jared Brandtwaite. Obviously, Jared Brandtwaite returned to the team on Tuesday night at left back, but now he's back in at his own position, left of the centre back. So that's the back four. A more traditional back four for us than we've had recently. Certainly three in there that have been playing most of the season, and Nathan Patterson's played enough games, so that's my back four. Into midfield, going for two holding midfielders of Onana and Idrissa Gana Gueye. Obviously, Everton aren't going to have a lot of the ball in this game. Tottenham Hotspur have won the last couple of games, and they are a good attacking side. They attack with a lot of pace, and we're going to need defensive players in the middle of the park who can stop them and then turn the game round and get us going. And I think with Idrissa Gana Gueye, obviously we know what he does. He presses really well. And with Onana in there, he's someone who sits in front of the back four, very comfortable in possession, great tackler, good in the air. I mean, obviously he scored last week at Burnley. Obviously, listen, we all know what happened on Tuesday night. Hopefully he puts that behind them. Hopefully the fans put it behind them as well. And those two have a good, productive game. In front of them, James Garner, maybe, not really playing as such in the Decore role, but playing just in front of them, but still doing the work, doing the doggies, getting on the ball, which is his most important part of his game. Pressing from the front as well, where I think that's why he got the nod against Fulham, because he does press so well from the front. So I think, obviously, we lack a lot because the core isn't on the team, but I just think for a game like this, he's the one to step in. We could have gone with two strikers. We could have maybe brought Dan Juma in, but I just think for this game, I can see having more like a three in midfield to try and stop Tottenham playing, and then springing with the wide men. So that's my midfield in the central area. On the right-hand side, Jack Harrison, who again last weekend's Burnley I thought was great as the defensive side of his game, but also the offensive. Wasn't as good against against Fulham on Tuesday night. Looked a bit leggy, but again, not lots of options. So I'd start with him on the right. On the other side, Dwight McNeil will continue. Again, thought he did excellent against Burnley, but again, Fulham not so good. Still worked his socks off, but just not that creativity, especially when he swapped to the other wing. So we're going to need loads out of those two in this game, with having three in midfield who are more combative, let's say. And up front, I'm actually going to go with Beto for this game. I thought Dom looked a little bit off it on Tuesday night, and he's been scoring goals recently. He's got, and that's all you can judge them on at the moment. I think maybe just that little change might give us a little spark. And it's not always about going long with a ball over the top. Sometimes you need to go down the channels, and I think with Beto, you've got a will and runner that can get us up the pitch. What we don't want in the game is the ball just coming back all the time and being under pressure. I know, listen, we've been fine out of possession, but I think sometimes when you're tired, it becomes a mental thing as well when they keep on just turning it around all the time. And Dom just looks a little bit off it. Dom being on the bench would be great. You know, I don't think he's been on the bench since the Brentford game. And I think in that game he came off the bench and scored in that. So the ability for him to come off the bench would be huge. But I think Beto, he deserves a start. I think this would be a good opportunity for him. And then you've got Dom who can come on. And maybe if Dom can come on, maybe those two then play up front together for a little spell in the game. Because you aren't looking at the same way. Whereas when Dom starts, I think the manager looks at it and thinks, got to be careful with him. So that's my 11, of course. Obviously, I've been playing on Saturday and Tuesday, and we play again next Wednesday and next Saturday. Got to protect the players, so that's the 11 I'm going for. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What would be your starting 11 for this game? Would you be looking at Danjuma? Would you look at Dobbin? Would you play a 3 at the back? Which could be a good way to go as well in this game. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to give this video a like. Make sure you check out the match preview. Subscribe if you haven't already if you want more great videos. Join us over on Toffee TV Premier. The link is in the description and the QR code's come on the screen now. See you later.